Thanks again for joining me for Katy's Corner. I'm here with Richard Bolf, who is really one of my favorite people. He really is.
Thanks.
Richard, tell us what you do at Extreme and your title and all that.
Well, I'm Vice President of Comp and Benefits and HR Operations for Extreme. So we've got all the comp benefits, pay programs, policies, procedures, things like that.
So you decide if we get bonuses.
Well, the company financial performance decides that. But from administering the programs and being sure that they are competitive and cost effective, looking at that every year, and that's mainly what we do.
So I think you're being a little modest because you have a whole team under you. Yeah. It's a global team. Yeah. You're looking at making sure all the comp is competitive. Yeah. Benefits. Tell us. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, every country has something different.
Right.
So different disability programs, different coverages, and being sure that those are cost effective and competitive, cost effective for the company, cost effective for employees, and looking at that data every year as renewals come up. Mm-hmm. That's important because it's how we spend our money, but again, it helps us attract and retain employees.
So what about like a new person comes to the company? Mm-hmm. What do you guys do how do you figure out if we're paying them the right amount?
Yeah, well, a couple things is we subscribe to a number of surveys, and for the geographies where we compete for talent, we have a good feel for what are the salary ranges, the market ranges for different types of jobs. We have a lot of different jobs at Extreme across the globe. And so we have survey data kind of gets us a ballpark, and the same with benefits. So we subscribe to benefit surveys and have benefit consultants in our different geographies that give us advice and saying this is the right life insurance or disability or benefit medical coverage type things like that. Yeah. So.
Well, and then you have a very important role in that you support Dean. Mm-hmm. You report to Dean. Yep. But in the board. With the board and the comp committee. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, a couple things on the more visible thing is on executive compensation too. We work with the compensation committee of the board that looks at how we pay the senior level employees in the company. That also ties into our proxy and which is the federal SEC filing that we do every year, working with Katy's team on doing that, and so that's a multi-month adventure every so often.
Adventure is the right word for it.
Adventure.
But it's the comp committee is a very technical committee, so you get really kind of down in the weeds with numbers and data, right?
Yeah, it's a quasi-legal financial compensation activity that we go through.
Yeah. So how many people are in your organization?
I've got 10 with one open position.
Wow.
And it's a great group of people. They're very kind of get it done professionals.
Where are they located?
They're here in San Jose. We've got one in Raleigh. We've got one in the UK and in Chennai, and we have an open position right now also in the East Coast.
Yeah, so you're really
mostly here in San Jose.
Yeah, but really global. You've got people all over the place. So how long have you been at Extreme?
Well, Katy, you should know that since you hired me.
But
yeah, I know.
They don't know that.
Yeah, I know. It's been 3.5 years. May of 2016.
Wow.
Right before all the acquisition activities started. And Katy didn't tell me about this. Just weeks later, oh, by the way, we're going to buy this company. So that was a fun part of it too. Because it's intellectually and physically demanding and challenging, I guess, to put it. It's a great experience.
Well, you get very involved. You get very involved in integration work. And tell us, when we did those asset deals, how many offer letters? You were the HR lead. How many offer letters did we do? Well, I remember Brocade.
Yeah, over 700 for Brocade.
And it goes on and on.
Yeah, I lost 200 for Zebra, or 180 for Zebra, and I can't remember for a buyout.
Yeah, it's a lot. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Individual touches.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about what did you do before Extreme?
I've been in HR a long time, as the gray hair attests to. Been my whole career since right out of college, and so I've been in a number of different industries. So I've been in high tech probably 20 years, 18 years. I was in the storage business for many years with a subsidiary of Western Digital, and was with Maxstore for 8 years. But also was with other Fortune 50 type companies. I was with Chevron and Safeway. So I've been in a couple different industries, Fortune 50, 100 size, and also smaller high tech. And so it's been kind of fun to see. I like high tech because it moves a little faster. It's not as staid and set up.
Yeah.
And so I've enjoyed the heck out of this.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk a little bit about your family, because I know that when you're at work, you're really engaged on HR stuff, but when you go home, you still are too. So tell us about your awesome wife.
Yeah,
Start with her.
Yeah, well, Mary and I have been married over 30 years, and she's an HR professional too. She's been in the same space, more on the comp side than the comp and benefits like I've got, but compensation. So we'll talk philosophy and theory and did you know they wanted to do this or XYZ, and so it's really interesting to have a spouse that is in the same field that you're in, and you can talk business with them, not confidential information, but general stuff.
Yeah,
so it's good. It's good
great.
To have that. Yeah,
That's
it is.
really
It is.
great.
So she just retired, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I
she
didn't
just
know that.
retired,
Good.
and so
And she was at a prominent company.
she was with Levi's for
Yeah.
a number of years, and some other companies too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So then tell us about your kids.
We've got 2 millennials, a son and a daughter. My son's at Apple, doing well. He's doing good.
Wow.
My daughter is a background investigator for as a contractor for the Office of Personnel Management, doing security checks for top secret clearances. And my son's got 2 young granddaughters. Katy's seen a few pictures.
Very
and,
cute.
They're under 3 years of age, and so they're a handful.
And they make you super happy.
Oh yeah, they make us smile. They make us laugh. That's a new dimension in our life.
So what do you wish for them? For your 2 granddaughters?
Yeah, I would think. Just make their way in life and be successful and have a fulfilling life.
Yeah.
That's all you can wish for.
So when you and Mary were raising your kids, you were both working. So how did you make it work?
Well, Mary went more on the flexible, on the consulting side, and so I was one. I had the benefits, the medical, dental, and vision, and that she was the consulting, and she could take jobs and get the kids to and from school or help, and she was much better helping them with their homework than I was.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's helpful because there's people watching and our employees, and it's always great when younger people are watching, because then they kind of see all the different recipes for how it happens and how somebody can be successful and continue to work. So if you were going to give a piece of advice, what would it be?
Know your area of responsibility. Know your business. Be persistent and work hard. That's what I would do. And one of the things that recently I saw was the Women's Council presentation, and what Ingrid Burton and Kathleen Holmgren did. I thought that was just a fantastic message of being your own advocate was one of their themes. I think you have to be your own advocate, and I think those 3 things, and get a mentor, somebody to help you. And I've had a few people that I've looked at, and so I think those are some of the ingredients for a successful career and a successful life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Richard, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love chatting with Richard. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Katy.
it.